Okay, in life, there's peaks and valleys. And once you understand that, they're part of life, okay? What to right now is a good point in maybe to study this is because what a peak is a goal or an event or a desire. And so you want to do something. Let's say you want to, go to the Olympics as an ice skater. Okay? And so that would be your peak. That's your goal. Well, what happens, understand about peaks and valleys is this. Provision is on the way to the peak. It's not at the peak. So in life, you get to the peak of something. You plan the event. You have the goal. You have the dream. You have the desire. You have the longing. And you really want to go to the Olympics someday as an ice skater. Now what happens? Provision happens on the way to the peak, to the highest point. Provision happens on the way. It doesn't happen when you get there. Why? Because you're going to need some skates, and you're going to need a trainer maybe, and you're going to need an ice rink. You see what I'm saying? Provision has to happen in order for me to get there. So I have to have vision, and I have to try. Otherwise, I'll never see the provision that I need. Let me tell you something. If all you're going to do this year is paint the bathroom, you don't need much. Provision. Gallon of paint, maybe somebody to help you. You don't need a whole lot. But if you're going to build an orphanage this year, more provision, right? So when you have goals and you have dreams, the provision is on the way to the peak. Now, let's say you get there to the Olympics and you do really good. Couple of the things you fell out, but one of them you do good. Then once you get to reach your goal, you made it to the Olympics. Let's say you even got a medal. It doesn't matter which one. Then after you reach the peak, provision comes after it because of what you accomplished by doing the event or having the goal or having the dream. So provision is on the way to the peak, and provision is after you reach the peak. It's never getting to the mountaintop that you're going to get the provision you need. You're only going to get it on the journey to it, and you're going to get it after you do it on the journey from it because of where God's taking you next.